of the first things that I do once I've selected my embroidery design, starting off on the Pfaff Creative icon, is to select the hoop size. Now here's something fun here. If you do select a design that is really big, it's going to have you put on a bigger hoop, or really small, it'll tell you to put on a smaller hoop. So definitely use that to your ability. I always use the hoop closest to the design size. So, oh my gosh, there's so many fun designs in throughout this machine. So how about for fun, I'm going to just touch a design. I have no idea how big it is, but as it comes in, I can see if I want to center it. Let's do that real quick. Touch edit, and the easiest way to center a design is select the 4 arrows and then touch the center of this control area. So it's going to put everything back to 0, 0. So in a grid, that's the center. Now, as you can see, this is quite a small design, and it would probably fit in my 120 by 120 hoop. So here's what we're going to do. We're going to go to hoop options, and when you touch it, it turns green. So anytime you see something green, that means if you want it off, touch it again. So this 120 by 120 hoop is called our Creative 120 square hoop. Touch the hoop options and you can see that it still fits within that design. Now if it doesn't fit in that design, it will be red and sticking out the edge, but I can definitely see that that is and will be selected. Now, if you are planning on stitching it in a larger hoop, well, you'll definitely need to select the hoop. For example, I've got the 260 by 200 hoop here. That particular hoop is called our Creative Elite hoop, and now I could even put, say, 4 of these in this hoop. You can see I have a lot more room to play with. But if you tell the machine that you're using this hoop, but you actually put this hoop on, it knows. There's a little reference point right here that is going to tell the machine if you are lying and will accidentally let you stitch a really big design over a really small hoop. So that is a nice thing. So if it ever tells you to attach correct hoop, it's because you didn't tell it which hoop you were actually planning to use. Now, one more thing in this hoop options area is you are noticing how many different hoops are available. Head over to your Pfaff retailer because there is a hoop for every project and every size. I do have to commend Pfaff for the amount of hoops. There is always times where I'm like, ooh, you know what? That'd be nice to have that other hoop. And they're already all listed here. Another thing that you can find is to turn the grid on, and you can set it up for different increments. But if you were working on trying to get something aligned, that will work. And that is where you're going to turn that off or on, and you can set that up. So here, background color also, there's times where I've had designs that are white, and then I'm showing it on a white background and I can't see it. So like lace designs. So a lot of companies save lace designs as a white thread and then I can't see it. So I'm gonna just choose another color, and you can see that, well, if that was a white design, as a default coloring, it's gonna show up on that different background. So I am gonna go back to something a little bit more soft on the eyes, and we will work from here. So remember, hoop first, tell the machine which hoop you plan to be using, and then go from there, and it will double check that you picked the correct hoop.